Hey y'all, join me today as I show you how to make these garlic Italian bread bites. Now these bread bites pair perfectly well with any Italian dish. Alright, to begin, I'm going to use a small container of the Chobani Greek Yogurt. The size of this container is 5.3 ounces. So I'm going to empty the yogurt into a large bowl. And you're going to notice my bowl is sitting on a food scale. And that's because I'm going to use equal parts yogurt and flour. So in the yogurt container, I was able to get out 145 grams. So now I'm going to take some self-rising flour and I'm going to scoop out 145 grams and add it to the bowl. So to the yogurt and flour, I'm going to add in a half a teaspoon of baking powder and a couple pinches of salt. Now I know there's salt and baking powder already in self-rising flour, but we're just going to give it a little extra boost. After you add those ingredients, you're going to give everything a good stir, and I'm using a blending fork to stir the mixture, the dough, just because it'll keep my hands from getting messy. And a blending fork just does really well at mixing all the ingredients together. Now once you get towards the end of mixing, you're going to notice that you'll still have some crumblies left in the bottom of your bowl. And this is where you're going to want to stop using the blending fork and start using your hands. Now it's recommended that you flour your hands just a little bit, just so that the dough doesn't stick. So I'm just going to take the dough and I'm just going to push it into the bowl, just so it'll pick up all those tiny little crumbly pieces. So now that my dough is done, I'm going to take a small sheet pan covered with foil and I'm going to spray it with a non-stick cooking spray. To make the dough balls, I'm going to use a tablespoon and I'm just going to fill the tablespoon with some dough, and then I'm going to roll the dough in my hands to form a little ball, and I'm actually going to push on it just a tad, just to give it a flatter surface so that my seasonings, the garlic and the Italian herbs that I put on top, aren't just going to fall right off. They'll have a place to sit. Now when all is said and done, this recipe will make about 15 little bread bites. On top of the bread bites, I'm going to add just a pat of buttermilk. The buttermilk is going to help their bread bites brown up a little bit. Now I haven't had much luck with these bread bites browning. That's a tongue twister. Browning as dark as I want them to, like I have with other biscuits. So I guess it's the ingredients that I'm using. The yogurt just doesn't want to brown up as well. I have no clue. So the buttermilk will help though, just a tad. So after I pat the tops of the bread bites with the buttermilk, I'm going to sprinkle on garlic salt and Italian seasoning. You can add as little or as much as you want. I'm just going to do a generous sprinkle of each on top of the bites. Now my daughter doesn't care for Italian seasoning, so I'm only going to sprinkle it on half of them. All right, y'all, the bread bites are gonna go into a preheated 450-degree oven. I'm gonna start it at about 8 minutes, take them out, check them, and see if they need to go longer. Hey y'all, I need to interrupt this video real quick to tell you how amazing those bread bites are smelling. The garlic and the Italian herb, it smells delicious. They have about 1.5 minutes to go. All right, y'all, I pulled it out after 8 minutes and I'm trying to eat it, but it's really hot. So I'm gonna let it cool off for a little bit, taste it, see if it's done on the inside, and then I'll let you know if we need to cook it a little bit longer. All right, here's the inside. To me, it still looks a little bit doughy right in here. So I'm gonna give it about 2 more minutes, but let me taste it. That is good stuff. 2 more minutes. Yum. They smell so good. Well, all right, y'all, that's how you make bread bites. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.